Hello, Saxo fans. Episode 29. I am back from holiday and I'm eager to get into the engines. So, as I always said, I wanted to get the car and everything ready to accept an engine, and I believe it's there or thereabouts. There's a couple of little bit of loose ends to tidy up on the car, but nothing that can't wait. And this is obviously going to be a relatively slowish process, and obviously while I'm waiting for bits that are going to get sent away from the engine, I can obviously finish off those little loose ends on the car. So you'll notice this is the C2 engine, not the Saxo engine. Now the reason I'm doing this one first is I don't need a huge amount of parts from this. I need the cylinder head, the cam ladders, the intake manifold, which is a cast metal one rather than the plastic one on the Saxo. And I think I'm going to use the C2 cam cover and the centre coil pack cover. I think, in my opinion, I think they're a bit nicer than the Saxo ones. I think they look nicer. But we'll see. If they clean up well, I'll use them. If they don't, then I might go back to the other ones. But I think they're interchangeable, so that's okay. So in order to get this apart, I'm going to prep a little bit. So a good mate of mine, Steve, has given me some metal shells that he no longer needed. I've put some spill-proof mats. The sort of spill mats that you get. I just got these on Amazon, I think. They're actually quite expensive, but they're great for soaking up fluids, so I'll stick them on the floor. I'm not particularly precious about the garage floor. It's a bit sort of broken up and old concretey, and whoever lived here before spilled oil and it's kind of soaked its way up to the surface. But yeah, I'd rather not walk oil in water and stuff all around the house and around the garden and what have you. So I've got a big plastic tub here which I'll turn the engine over and hopefully capture any extra fluids that do come out. I've got some bags of sand outside as well, so I can mop it up if I need to. And obviously the spill mats will go down. So yeah, I'm sort of prepared for that. Obviously I've got all the tools I need. If you've never stripped an engine down before, please don't look at me as this is a tutorial. I've stripped down hundreds of engines in the past. It's what I used to do. I used to build prototype engines, and there's obviously everyone's got their own little way. I haven't done one of these probably for, I don't know, 12, 13 years maybe. So yeah, I'm going to sort of see how I go on really, and just take bits off. But they're not. I don't think they're particularly complicated. But I will stop the video at key points for various bits and bobs. But essentially, all I'm going to do is take the top end off, stick that bit on the shelf, and then the rest of it's just going to get pushed to one side, just in case I do need to take bits off it. But ultimately, the block and the crank and the pistons and all that kind of stuff is going to get moved on to either somebody who wants to buy it or probably the tip. We'll see. So I paid 250 quid, I think, for this whole engine, including the manifold, which, I mean, these can go for sort of 250 quid on their own. So yeah, I think I got a reasonable deal for it. So yeah, anyway, I don't think there's much more to say really, other than to start taking it apart. So let's get on with it. There we go then, Saxo fans. So that was probably the biggest montage that I've ever done. Yeah, didn't stop in the end, but these are essentially the bits that I wanted from that engine. So the short block is sat over there now, and I don't need that. Like I say, I will keep it, just put it to one side in case I do need any bits from it. But the cylinder head is now completely stripped. I've taken the valve guides out. Obviously you saw me take all the valves out, springs out, collets out, all that kind of stuff. Spark plugs all gone, cams out, ladders off. So this is now ready for the next step, which is probably some machining of some sorts. And they'll do the same port matching on the intake manifold, so I'll do that in the next episode. So that's basically it from that particular engine. I'm not going to strip the next one down straight away because there's loads of little jobs that I can do on these bits before I do that, and I haven't got endless room in the garage. You know, I always do struggle for space. So I will just do these bits first, get them ready to a point where they're ready to bolt on, and I can just obviously leave them on the shelf and then do the short block of the other one, and then obviously join them both together. That's the plan, to avoid having just carnage in the garage. So yeah, anyway, hopefully that was an interesting video. I know it's an episode that I've been waiting to do for quite some time. Ever since I started this project, this is the fun bit for me. All the oily bits are the best bit. Yeah, so that's about it really. So next time we'll get into some of this, and hopefully we'll get into what I'm going to do with this. But for now, as always, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, that'd be great. See you again soon.